Closed server Virgin Gang. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Today on something I feel like showing off. Well, bam, we got ourselves a Team Rocket Murkrow. Murkrow, one of my favorite Pokemon. Hanging out with the Team Rocket admin Ariana. Beautiful art done by the talented artist Akira Komiyama. Akira Komiyama's done a lot of Pokemon art, but one of the other ones you guys might know that they did was this Deoxys VMAX, the alien-looking one from Crown Zenith. It's a good card right there. A lot of good cards people can pick up. A lot of art rares that are being kind of slept on that you can pick up right this second that aren't being really swept. I know Pokemon's inflated. We as collectors can still collect some Pokemon cards if we're actually looking in the right spot. Speaking of Pokemon cards, right, hey, it's a PvP sector right now. Every time people go out there, there's just fights. There's people getting into rambunctious little scuffs, some fisticuffs being thrown over Pokemon cards. Well, there might not be as much of it because word on the street over at Reddit, I know we got to take Reddit with a grain of salt, but some of the vending machines, those PvP sectors, those actual battle zones that are opened up that people can just fight at, yeah, some of those are being shut down with the speculation of maybe all of them being removed. And with what's going on with Pokemon right this second, I just don't see how, like, that's not something that's on the table already that Pokemon's considering, especially for the retail stores that might be held liable, or Pokemon Company themselves getting fingers pointed at them with all the coverage of Pokemon card fights happening. I mean, Moist Critical is literally putting out videos that are getting millions of views of people fighting over Pokemon cards. They have to know about this, and if they know about it and they're not doing anything about it, well, people are going to start pointing fingers. But let's check out what they had to say on Reddit about this. Word on the street is Pokemon is removing all vending machines from retail stores. Nothing confirmed yet, just speculation. Many machines, particularly in the East Coast and Fred Meyer locations, are currently unplugged or showing black screens following a massive March 2026 glitch that allowed users to bypass purchase limits. So the vending machines, they have like a timer on them where they don't release all the product immediately so people can't just clean it out. People are finding a way to bypass that timer with a glitch. If you look it up, and I'm sure there's Poke Street videos, I'm sure there's all types of people, Pokemon vending machine glitch, like type that, look it up. You'll see videos for days of the scalpers, scumbags, unemployed people hanging out in front of those vending machines, just cleaning them out. There's tons of videos of it. You can look it up and see what it is particularly, but it was bad news for the Pokemon card vending machines. And a lot of people were kind of like, well, that might just be speculation. Maybe it's unplugged, maybe it's getting maintenance. And then little screenshots started popping up like this. Per the general manager, due to the rise of violence with the Pokemon card machine, that's understating it basically, this machine is now out of service. Chapel Hill's Mall Management Office. Well, there it is. I guess a lot of the actual establishments don't want to deal with this anymore, and who can blame them for not wanting to watch grown men fight over cardboard? There's even more things with that. Apparently somebody went a little further and actually asked Pokemon support themselves, and they posted this with "Game over, man. Pokemon support confirmed." Let's read this real quick. Hello. At this time, we can confirm that Pokemon Center kiosks are being gradually removed from select retail locations. This decision is part of a broader effect to streamline product distribution and ensure better availability of Pokemon Center items across more accessible platforms, including our online store. By reallocating inventory and resources previously dedicated to kiosk machines, we're aiming to improve our stock consistency, reduce regional shortage, and provide a more reliable experience for all trainers. That sounds like they listen to feedback and they're seeing what's going on with these vending machines. It's literally a death trap for people that are walking into those spaces. And we've all seen the videos. We all know what happens. We can all really sit here and pretend that doesn't happen. I did see some comments in this thread particularly where people are like, man, that really sucks. That's the only way I was getting product MSRP. And I do feel bad for those people. I do. There's some people that were literally just trying to go to those machines and get some product. There's people that would take their kids to them and they'd get some packs. And I feel bad about that. I'm sure the Pokemon Company feels as bad as they can about it. I mean, once at the end of the day, they're a business. But they see it. They're looking at what's going on, and ultimately, these vending machines have to go. They're one of the two big places people get into fights, man. The first, of course, being vending machines, and the second being the Walmart and the Target drops that everybody films, and people are literally getting in fist fights over Pokemon cards. Walmart especially. And really, the way I see this being resolved, the way I see this happening, is Pokemon actually upping their product supply they're giving to big box stores. And those big box stores either setting aside a dedicated employee with a security team for the time being and just keeping them behind the counter one at a time with limits for people like, hey, you can get one or two of this product and that's for everything. People can come there, people can pick up said product. It's behind a counter, it's regulated, nobody's fucking fighting over this. And that just goes on for months until this eventually is sorted out. Pokemon gets their new printing facility up and running and things are actually firing up. But like this has to stop. And I imagine this is Pokemon's answer to it, where they see people just being complete Neanderthals over Pokemon cards, and the vending machines are prime spaces. You give people free will at a vending machine, you let people fight amongst themselves or figure out who's getting Pokemon cards. It brings out the worst in people, apparently. It's all adults, it's all scalpers, it's all resellers, it's all flippers, it's all these people that really don't need to be in this space. The hobby would go on just fine without all these people, and they're just dead weight, honestly. And Pokemon, this is how they're responding to it. We'll see if this goes all across the nation. I truly think it needs to, and I hope Pokemon actually has that plan set in place. It sucks for people that use the vending machines, but hey, man, they're literally just Mad Max arenas over there. They're literally just fight zones where people are just going in there expecting to see some type of confrontation revolving around Pokemon cards, and we don't need that shit. There actually needs to be solutions. There needs to be resolution for this crap in place. And it seems like this is the way that it's going to go. So that's all I got. Appreciate it, Virgin Gang. If you heard anything or if you see anything else, if it's happening locally to you as well, feel free to drop in the comments and we'll see what Pokemon actually does with this. Better times are coming. Brighter skies will be upon us. We just got to wait for these people to get bored and leave and go to whatever the new trend is, which I do feel bad for whatever that trend would be. Hopefully it's not another card hobby, but Pokemon will have its time where things are available once again. That's all I got. Appreciate it, Virgin Gang. See you later. Fucking shutting down the PvP zones. It's getting a little too crazy. Too many gamer words are being thrown around. Too many Xbox slurs are being thrown around. People are getting hurt. I can't blame them. Really can't. It's honestly what needs to happen.